to take a shot at the DB.
Well, we knew this offense wanted to be aggressive in this game plan, and they're doing it right away in the first series, taking a shot down the field. They got the look they wanted, and what a great throw by the quarterback.
Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Second down, he'll throw it. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Well, on the opening drive of the game, establishing a rhythm and a cadence offensively is really, really important. They've done some good things on this first drive to put them in this situation. Obviously, you just threw an incompletion on second down. They're likely going to throw it again here right now. Quarterback has just got to settle in. Timing is important. Get rid of the ball on time, trust your read, and execute this passing play if you're throwing.
Well, that's a good job by this defense, man. You drop back, you play really smart, play sound. Understand, there's not a lot of field to cover, and they couldn't fit the ball in a window. Good pass defense.
It's 4th down and 6, and they'll try to convert. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And it's knocked away, and they don't convert on 4th down.
Coaches talk about it all the time. We're going to be aggressive. Well, they're aggressive on that first drive. They go for it on 4th down. No dice. Now you put your defense on the field. I like the aggressiveness, but now you got to deal with some of the consequences.
Looking downfield, it's Russell. Makes the catch. It's Hare. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback could throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
They're backed up just a little. 1st and 10 from their own 19. Finds his man. It's Riley. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
It's early in the game, and as offenses try to get their rhythm, these easy completions are very important because that's what helps you get your feet underneath you as an offense and as a unit. And hopefully, as this game goes on, they'll be able to rev up and get more aggressive taking shots.
From the gun, they'll try the middle. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. A cornerstone of the Alabama program really throughout history has been be physical, establish a running game.
Yeah, great running backs. I mean, not only are you recruiting great players in the offensive line and skill and all over the place, but so many great backs that you can name off the top of your head that played at Alabama, that ran it with an edge, that ran it physical, that always represented that style. And you can see Alabama, they're always going to do this. They're going to establish the run.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively, they made a play. They gave up nothing on that one.
Got to find some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there wasn't any that time.
Yeah, Reese, I wonder now if this offense is maybe going to try to get to the perimeter of the field and see if they can use their speed to hurt this defense.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. Sends it back in motion. They'll run play action. Grab near the sticks. It's Edwards. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45. There's not a lot more beautiful in football than the play action and the open tight end.
Yeah, because it freezes those linebackers. It freezes those safeties because they have to come up for a second and play the run. And then the big tight ends, big targets on the back end, can catch the football and make big plays.
Pulls it in. It's Milner. Past the 30. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Wants to throw. It's Russell. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
I tell you what, to get home to the quarterback and force pressure while just rushing three allows your back end to cover so much space. Now you got 8 guys in coverage. It makes you really dynamic in the back end of your defense.
The Crimson Tide a long, long way from the line to gain here on third down. He's looking to throw. Got it behind the line. It's Young. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker. This is a makeable field goal distance, but this offense is thinking touchdowns. They'll go for it on fourth. Looking to the big tight end. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal. Well, based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the second quarter as we get ready to get things started. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll go to the air. Under fire. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
I think defenses sometimes get frustrated and you want to get blitz happy and because you give up yards. In this day and age, you're going to give up yards. Who cares? This is the area you're going to bow up. Nice job on first down stopping. A couple more downs here to stay aggressive.
And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Now third and goal and tough yardage to cover here. Looking to throw, it's Russell. Makes the catch. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. Well, the offense looks as if they fell on the fumble, and they'll keep the ball.
And what a great job by the defense, securing the wide receiver, getting the football out, getting it on the deck, and dadgummit if it didn't bounce right back to the offense.
Splits the uprights right down the middle. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And they don't get 7 on that opening drive, but they get 3. And this place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious, and these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession. they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. To the air on 1st down. Grab behind the line. It's Payne. There he goes. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball in the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw it right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
And the Sun Devils can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44. When you play in a place like Alabama, you have to live up to the legacy of the Jonathan Allens, the Deron Haynes, the Marcel Dariuses when you play on that defensive front.
And the funny thing is, Reese, I can keep going. Quentin Williams, Will Anderson, like the list goes on and on and on. Just elite level recruiting on the defensive line, on the edge, is how they built this dynasty at Alabama.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Intercepted. Trying to take it back. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
And that is elite 3rd down defense. First of all, you get him in 3rd and long, and then you look to the go-to guy. Jesse, I am committing my resources to him because I know he's a freak, and I know you as a quarterback, you're trying to find that dude.
Yeah, and it's hard, 3rd in California, to convert that.
Intercepted deep in his own end. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
There were a lot of people really excited about what this guy could do. Some were saying he could be an All-American, and he's proving them right. That's already his 2nd interception early in this college football season. Offenses are going to figure it out. They're going to stop throwing this guy's way. You just get in trouble when you try.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Moving away from pressure. Makes the catch. It's Lawson. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
The give from the gun. And there was nowhere to go. Just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Quick strike complete. No chance to run, but still a good gain.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. 3rd down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Couldn't get away from that cover team, and they've got him down at the 23. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Might be calling a hot route. To the air, it's Russell. They're working that left side. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get into the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Wants to go up top. Moves away as he feels pressure. It'll be incomplete. Tried to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open.
I love defenses that can mix it up between man and zone. And I love the vision right here by the quarterback. Seeing the quarterback the whole way. Breaking on the football when that hand separates from the other hand. Nice job getting the deflection. Nice vision by that cornerback.
Crosses the 30. He's got away. Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they've got it at the 42. The new popular phrase for a favored team not really coming out of the gates quickly is that they're playing with their food. There are a lot of peas being pushed around the plate right now, guys.
Yeah, Reese, they've been stumbling around. They've been making mistakes and shooting themselves in the foot in this game. But, David, I think you also have to give credit to the underdog in this game because they're just playing with more intensity. They look like they want it.
Oh, dude, when you come out the gates in the first quarter, it's adrenaline, it's passion, it's being talked about as the underdog. As this game goes on, can they keep that intensity up? Right now, they're doing a heck of a job.
Blasted as he lets it go. With the catch, it's Young. So you think quarterbacks are all about glory. How about taking that shot and getting rid of it just in time?
He did a great job hanging in there, being tough, and more importantly, I think, as a quarterback surveying the field, looking downfield, nothing open, making the right decision.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. Well, it's first down. The defense thinks you might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. It's Russell. Throws to the wideout. He makes a grab. He gets it in. Touchdown time.
Really nice job working the route, getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Oregon pulled into town on a mission, and they're hightailing it out of here with a huge win. Veni, Vidi, Vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. And that's precisely what the Ducks did. Really unexpected outcome in this ranked-on-ranked matchup. The type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Now from the 36-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Oh, and he just dropped it so close to his 2nd interception of the game. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
And that was another ball thrown in harm's way. And this young man, he already has 1 interception. That was almost the 2nd. Just playing a little bit loose with the football. Let's make sure we get that dialed in. We can't make those mistakes. Hard to win games when you make big mistakes.
The short hands, it's Payne. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He's going for the big play. He's got it inside the 15. Touchdown, Arizona State. He got loose, and it was lights out after that.
And that was a really big score here at the end of the first half, just for their confidence and their momentum. They're obviously still losing right now on the scoreboard, but you had the feeling something positive had to happen here at the end of the first half for them to go in at halftime, regroup, and come out in the second half now trying to build on that successful drive offensively.
this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to throw, it's Russell. Pressure coming. Stands in and takes the hit. Makes a grab for a big play. How about this senior picking up some yardage and making a nice play on that one?
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now, get ready for another one.
Looking to throw on first down. Under fire. Catch in the middle, it's Adams. They bring him down, but not before he gets a first down at the 35. The offense wastes no time getting the timeout call. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Wants to throw on first down. That's caught. It's Adams. Brings into the open. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Just enough time for one final play of the half. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Edwards. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Sun Devils will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. They'll snag it just inside the 10. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They had this lead to start the third quarter because of the passing game. Didn't get a lot done on the ground.
They did, but the quarterback
Lofts one high and deep. Working that deep right side. An excellent concentration on the catch.
a throw on first down, the first play of the drive. And I think sometimes quarterbacks are given an alert on a specific play. And what that means is maybe the ball was supposed to go to somebody else. But in pre-snap, if the quarterback sees a matchup he likes, he's given the green light to take the shot. And I think that's exactly what happened on that play.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wonder maybe...
He'll take a shot. Touchdown, Alabama! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jumpstarts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
Looks as if the returner will try and field this one. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Arizona State has the ball back and the offense making its way onto the field. That deficit has now grown to double digits, down 17-7 as they start this drive. They'll start this drive going to the air. Spits it out to the back. Right on the money. Turning on the Jets. Running inside the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Sun Devils.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there, a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. They still have the lead, but they need to respond to that last score. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Scanning the field, it's Russell. He put some heat on that one down the middle. Pulls it in down the sideline. Oh, there were a few steps there. He was thinking touchdown, but they finally get him down after the big pickup at the 25. Big play offense, and it has them threatening now. 1st and 10 from the 25. The give on the inside. Turning it on. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
The interesting thing about these RPOs is it takes a lot of communication. You know, the quarterback sticks it in the belly of the running back, and the running back doesn't know if he's going to take it or not. And you could tell, took the football, got north-south, got upfield, got a great positive gain and a positive play for this offense.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
Looking for just one more yard. It's 2nd and goal. A designed run for the quarterback. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Bama!
This is like having an extra running back in your backfield. This quarterback is magic. When he decides to keep the football, he can make people look absolutely silly. He shows you on that play.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so...
It's a running room. Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
Well, I know they're losing right now, but they're not going to be losing for long if they keep hitting shots like that. And I love the idea here. Taking a shot to your best player on offense. This guy is one of the biggest playmakers in all of college football. Tremendous speed. He locates the ball, makes a catch, and that play gives this offense so much confidence.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
Got a little space. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. A veritable crimson tide of noise on Saban Field here on 3rd down. Snags it over the middle. He's inside the 35. They'll spot it at the 34. Not enough for the 1st down, and let's see what they do on 4th.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the 1st.
On 4th down, they're taking to the air. Can't make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs.
Great coverage on that 4th down play. Nice job blanking the receiver out wide. The defense, you could tell, they knew they were going for it. They had a game plan. They get the big stop and turn it over to their offense.
Here comes that Alabama offense. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. He's got an open man. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28. Big-time playmakers on the outside. Now, look, Alabama's had great receivers. Ozzie Newsome, David Palmer way back in the day. But nowadays, it's sort of part of the DNA for the Crimson Tide.
Man, the run they had for several years was unbelievable with Judy and Ruggs and Cooper and Devontae Smith. Like, we could just keep going on guy after guy after guy that they had that wore that uniform that was a big-time elite playmaker on the outside.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Off play action. Now adjusting. Find some fresh air. How about this sophomore learning when to just do it himself?
And how about it? It's not just the arm. We've seen that today where he's picked him apart, put up some yardage, put on some touchdowns. Also showing you he can do it with his puppies. Taking off, running, getting the first down. Nice scramble. He's shown you a little bit of everything today.
From the red zone, it's Young. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Back to pass, it's Russell. Might be looking to run. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
Not a big surprise the offense is willing to let this guy do something. I mean, we've seen him make plays in this game with his legs. He already has a rushing touchdown. But give the defense credit here in the red zone, getting to him and bringing him to the ground. He's one of the...
And he just held on to the football too long, and the defense rode him out of bounds and forced the loss. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. And he's already made one. The holder will put it down at the 26 for a 36-yard try. Field goal is good. And now the lead is even bigger. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Maryland sparkled today in a dominant road win. In fact, by the fourth quarter, it almost felt like this game was being played in College Park. That's how much they took that crowd out of it. A top 25 clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if...
He's got it along the sideline. He gets it inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and they are rolling. From the 30-yard line on first down. Looking downfield on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Hunter. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And the Sun Devils want to crank the tempo. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And this one's not working, he'll just throw it away.
A nice job by the quarterback there. You're outside the pocket, nobody's open, so you throw the ball away knowing that you still have more chances to get this first down.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. D looks as if they're about to bring the heat. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Keeps looking downfield. And not much going on downfield. They just get rid of it and live to play another down.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take...
And he's got it! Touchdown, Arizona State! If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody, based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. Kicker has everything lined up and about set to get this one underway. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. looking for a man. It's Russell. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Caught behind the line. It's Young. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football. And you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. On the run, it's Young. Oh, he's got some space. What a good job to be able to pick up that kind of yardage when you're trying to finish off the game.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football, and the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Well, there's not a lot of mystery what you're going to do on offense at this point of the game. With the lead late, you're just going to lean on your star running back. This is a guy who is going to play on Sundays at the next level. Just keep giving him the football and just let him take this thing over.
And the deflection by the defense. Great play on 3rd down brings us to 4th.
I mean, sometimes you overthink it. Sometimes running the football on 3rd and short with the lead is not the worst thing in the world. Keep that clock ticking. But now decided to go for it, setting up a 4th down. And this looks like a situation where you should punt the football.
On 4th down, looking to pass. Makes the grab past the marker. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains.
You know, you always talk about risk-reward. Gambling and going for it with the lead on 4th down right there and getting it, the reward could be winning the game. That was an unbelievable play. And how about this coaching staff putting their faith in their players to come up with the execution and make it happen?
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. To throw, it's Russell. The sure hands, it's Milner. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Alabama comes to the line on 3rd and short. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Throws for the tight end. Got his man downfield. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they add 6 more to the board with that tip for the house. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide. The offense strikes again to extend its lead here in the 2nd half.
And they got everything working. How great is this? You extend your lead. Now you get your defense back on the field. Great job taking advantage of the situation and building on that lead.
And no chance at a return. Here they'll start this drive at their own 25. Arizona State has the ball back and the offense making its way onto the field. missed as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was
looking for a huge play. What a grab along the left sideline. Got the foot down in a strong throw. Put it right on the money. They're down to the 35 on 1st and 10. To the air on first down. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Puts it out of the air. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. Looking to throw on first down. He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Sun Devils.
Well, the good news is you scored a touchdown. You've made this a one-possession game. The bad news is you got to get the ball back. So if you're the head coach, you got to start thinking, how are we going to do that? Are we going onside kick, or do we trust our defense to give it back to the O?
Goes to the option. Quick toss. He makes his way in for the 2, and now they trail by only 6. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. Nice grab to get that squib kick inside the 10. They are stuck deep in their own territory and trying to get out, opening the drive from their own 3. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty.
Let's go. Break. Single, single.
They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. Shows him the stiff arm. Looks as if he'll work his way forward and get it up to about the 11-yard line.
And this is a pressing time for this defense. They've got to understand, they're backed up a little bit. They're going to run the football. They don't want to make a mistake. So I think this is the time I'm a little bit more aggressive. I got to get this football back to my offense because I'm trailing. So I look for this defense to get a little bit aggressive.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. On the move. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
This offense will start doing business from their own 18-yard line on first down. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The defense will use a timeout, and the clock is stopped with 24 seconds left. Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. Happy with the situation, the quarterback will take a knee. What a battle this game was. Went right down to the end. Number 1 team in the land gets knocked off. But sometimes this gives you a chance to recalibrate some things, guys.
Yeah, and they're going to have to go back and watch this film and face some tough truths as well, because we know they've got a ton of talent, and this is a team that when they're playing their A game, they look like the best team in the country, David. Consistency, though, is going to be a big thing for them moving ahead.
Yeah, so you got to use this. You got to look at what you did wrong. You got to say, okay, maybe we're not as good as we thought we were. Just because we were number 1, that doesn't mean anything until the end of the season, and you're the last guy standing, and you have the trophy. So take this loss, work on some of those things you think you need to work on so it doesn't happen again.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.